Good morning, teacher. My name is Chayakarn Akaranavaseri. Today we are going to talk about sustainable business model. My presentation is divided into 9 parts. First of all, I will tell you about abstract and background of sustainable business model. Second, what is a business model? Third, why business model important for sustainability? Fourth, research gaps and objectives. Fifth, method for categorizing the mechanism for delivering sustainability. Sixth, resolve the sustainable business model archetype. 7. Example. 8. Discussion and the last is conclusion. Let's begin. The first topic is abstract and background. Eco-innovation responsibility practice define much of the current industrial sustainability agenda. Why important? Because they are insufficient in themselves to deliver the holistic change necessary to achieve a long-term for social and environmental sustainability. Sustainable business model incorporate a triple bottom line approach and consider a wide range of stakeholder interests, including environmental and society. They are important in driving and implementing corporate innovation for sustainability. It can help embed sustainability into business of purpose and processes, and is a key of competitive advantage. And the next is background of sustainable business model. With prospect of a rising global population, accelerating global development and associated increasing resource use and environmental impacts. And it seems increasingly apparent that business as unusual is not an option for sustainable in the future. Feature of a route toward sustainable economy is might be a system that encourages minimizing of consumption or impose personal and industrial caps or quota on energy, goods, water. And the next topic is what is a business model?
My name is Sirapat Ngamjaraspong. Now I'm going to talk about what is business model. A business model is conceptual tool to help understand how a firm does business and can be used for analysis, comparison, and performance assessment, management, communication, and innovation. A business is defined by 3 elements. 1. The value proposition. It is concerned with the product and service offering to generate economic return. 2. Value creation and delivery. It is at the heart of any business model. Business typically capture value by seizing new business opportunity, new market, and new revenue stream. And the last one is value capture. It is considering about how to earn revenue from the provision of goods, service, or information to user. Then Kunthida, I will talking about the next topic.
Alright, thank you Sirapat. So the next topic that we would like to present is about why are business models important for sustainability. As we know that right now, eco-design and eco-efficiency improvement has assigned in reducing energy, resource intensity and emissions and waste per unit of production. For instance, Evans describes case of company which reduce the energy used to make their product by over 40% in 5 years. However, these improvements have been insufficient to date to offset the rising resource use and environmental impacts associated with growing developing global population. For example, UNEP found that in the context of transport, technological improvements to date have not been rapid enough to offset the impacts of this growing. Moreover, this efficiency improvement may lead to increased product and service used by making this more affordable and accessible, reflecting the concept of rebound effect. Sustainable business model can serve as vehicle to coordinate technological and social innovations with system-level sustainability. Staff and Cochrane assert that sustainable business model use both a system and firm-level perspective built on the triple bottom line approach to define the firm's purpose and measure performance, include a wide range of stakeholders. Extending this, a sustainable business model aligns interests of all stakeholder groups and explicitly consider the environment society as key stakeholder.
I'm Patnaree. Now I would like to expand on research gap and objective. The potential of sustainable business model in the literature includes closed-loop business models and social enterprise, and other concepts for delivering sustainability can be seen in practice, but seem to have received little attention in the business model literature, with the exception of some recent literature. The field authors have tried to include various examples and categorize them under the overarching theme of business model innovation. By the lack of information, it makes it difficult for researchers and workers because the potentially limit research and restrict the potential for exploitation of synergy between different types of innovations, so reducing the potential benefits. By now, a categorization of sustainable business model is developed to describe grouping of mechanisms and solutions that might contribute to building up the business model for sustainability and identify gaps for future research agenda.
I'm Pornnapa. I'm going to talk about the method for categorizing the mechanism for delivering sustainability. This section discusses how the sustainable business model archetypes are developed from academic literature and example in practice. First, criteria for selection and categorization of innovation examples. Second, literature review on sustainable business models to identify prominent themes, SBM, typologies, and frameworks, and then conceptual business models and possible categorizations. Third, identifying business model example from practice. To identify sustainable business models developed in practice, a review of secondary literature on practice was conducted. Industrial practice in sustainable business model development was investigated by exploring sustainability rankings, websites, and case study, and then iterative process. And fourth, development of archetypes based on literature and practice use coding.
The sustainable business model archetypes. The archetypes are classified in higher order groupings which describe the main type of business model innovation: technological, social, and organizational oriented innovation. This built on the categorization by Boone and Ludwig, which were found to be the most helpful in defining descriptive grouping. The technical grouping include archetypes with a dominant technical innovation component, such as manufacturing process, product redesign, and create value from waste. The social grouping include archetypes with a dominant social innovation component, such as innovation in consumer offering, changing consumer behavior. While archetypes in the organizational grouping have a dominant organizational innovation change component, such as changing the fiduciary responsibility from the firm and develop scale-up solutions.
Thank you, Ms. Kharinthip. Sustainable business model archetype create value from waste. The concept of waste is eliminated by turning waste stream into useful and valuable input to other production and making better use of underutilized capacity. Value creation and delivery. Activity and partnership to eliminate life cycle waste, close material loops, and make best use of underutilized capacity. Introductions of new partnerships, for example, recycling firms, potentially across industry to capture and transfer waste stream. Value capture. Economic and environmental costs are reduced due to reusing material and turning waste into value. Positive contribution to society and environment through reduced footprint, waste, and virgin material use. The first example is in industrial symbiosis. It's a process-oriented solution turning waste output from one process into feedstock for another process or product line. Second, closed-loop business model includes product and business process designed in a manner that enables waste at the end of the use phase of a product to be used to create new value. And the last, cradle to cradle, incorporate the ideas of a closed-loop technical nutrient cycle with a biological open-loop cycle. Next, Ms. Sirakant will talking about for the next example.
Okay, next, I would like to show you the example 2 of sustainability business model. That is, repurpose the business for society and environment. The definition of this model is that prioritizing of social and environment benefits rather than economic profit. Why it was selected as an archetype? Because this archetype can contribute to shaping fundamental purpose of business to deliver environmental and societal benefits, and therefore drive global economy-wide change, global policy framework change that allow these companies to achieve scale without the need to maximize shareholder value. It would increase the impact of this archetype. For example, Gatsby's 2012, they are for-profit organization, but the profit motive is secondary to delivery of social mission, so they are not generally profit maximizing. Gatsby's 2012 suggests that business model for social enterprise must fulfill the following conditions at a minimum. First, driven by social mission. Second, generate positive externality for society. Third, recognize the centrality of the entrepreneurial function. And last, achieve competitiveness on markets through effective planning and management.
Thank you, Ms. Sirakant. This topic I will talk about discussion. This paper provides an approach through the categorization of a business model archetype for linking the theoretical concept of the business model innovation to the practical transformation mechanism emerging for delivering industrial sustainability. Firm can use one or selection of business model archetype for shaping their own transformation. The research process identifies emerging themes in the study of sustainable business model, including the role of technology as one main and the level of innovation. Technology innovation can drive new business model innovation. Second, the blue economy and system thinking are concerned with expanding the system boundary. Consider need to address global exchanges. Third, companies are increasingly collaborating with a likely partner, for example, NGOs. Collaboration across industry, boundary, and non-industry actors is key to a number of the archetypes. There are limitations to this proposed categorization. For example, the approach of using business model archetype is reflective, based on historical example of innovation. Therefore, although it presents significant potential to assist innovation, it cannot predict entirely radical new approaches. That all I have to talk about this topic. Now I will hand over to Chutikan. Thank you.
Okay, to sum up, the literature and practice of innovation for sustainability has various conceptual and many potential innovation approaches that may contribute to business model innovation for sustainability. And for this research purpose, a category of sustainable business model archetypes to unify these disparate contributions that deliver sustainability from literature and practice under a common theme, and they just qualify into three groups: technology, social, and organizational. And I would like to leave you with one last point. about how is your firm use the business information, business model archetype to for shaping your own transformation to create and deliver sustainable value. If you are interested to share your idea with me, please feel free to email me. My email address is on your handout. And it's bring me to the end of my talk today. Does anyone have any question? Okay, if no, I would like to say thank you to listening today. Thank you.